The two Saiyans opened the ship door, stepping towards planet Vampa. The desolate planet really surprised them both. They had felt an incredible power while in their ship. This must have been the ally that King Vegeta was talking about, Nappa thought to himself. Nappa was just happy that he'd be offered the position of second in command. That's what he was really looking forward to. They follow the power towards a cave, where they find an old Saiyan. The moment King Vegeta stepped into his line of sight, Paragus' eyes shot open with anger and hatred. Nappa recognized the Saiyan. It was Paragus, the old Saiyan that was cast away long ago. Was this the ally that King Vegeta was talking about? His answer soon came when Paragus yelled out for Broly to attack. The younger Saiyan appeared, rushing towards King Vegeta, but Nappa, thinking quickly, steps in the way, blocking the attack. But the punch hits Nappa harder than anything he's ever felt before, and he goes flying off. King Vegeta smiles. It was just as he hoped. This Saiyan was the key to his plan, but Paragus was in control, he could tell. King Vegeta yells at Paragus to calm down, that he's here to welcome Paragus back. But why shouldn't Paragus just kill King Vegeta, get his revenge for what he did to them? King Vegeta says that he needs him to get out of here. But not only that, he is ready to offer Paragus a comfortable living situation at the castle as his second in command. Nappa turns slowly towards King Vegeta, but that was the position he was going to get. Paragus wonders why he should trust King Vegeta at all, and without even looking, King Vegeta lifts his hand up and blasts Nappa in the chest, saying that he just killed his current second in command, so he could give him the job. Paragus cocked an eyebrow. This was going to be in his favor. He knew that Nappa and King Vegeta were close, so he must be really desperate to have him back. As long as he had Broly, he would always be one step ahead of King Vegeta. He would play along for now. King Vegeta continued, saying that he has no use for weak-minded Saiyans. It is time to return the Saiyan race to their former glory, but he needs his old friend back. King Vegeta extends his hand out, and Paragus takes it.
And you, young Broly, we will be watching your career with great interest.
At Planet Vegeta, King Vegeta introduces Paragus and Broly to the whole population after they've gotten cleaned up.
Kakarot and my son will not be around all the time. They have much bigger fish to fry than to protect Planet Vegeta. Therefore, I have brought a new savior!
The Saiyans cheer as they recognize they have a new protector. Bardock holds onto Gine, wondering if this is the right move. Something feels fishy. He notices that Broly is wearing something that looks like the shock collars that Frieza placed on them. Just as he thinks this, King Vegeta explains.
Broly is adorned with a prop collar, a reminder of what that monster Frieza did to us.
The Saiyans cheered. Bardock knew that the king was full of it. Bardock and Gine visit their son, Raditz, who has isolated himself from the rest of the Saiyans in the woods. He feels the glances of anger from the other Saiyans, who think that he joined Frieza on purpose. They tell him what's going on, and Raditz thinks it sounds like a good idea, having someone to protect Planet Vegeta. Bardock argues a little, and Raditz says that he needs to affirm his loyalty to the Saiyans. He can't afford to say anything against the king's wishes. Bardock is disappointed at Raditz for following another ruler blindly, but he knows that he will change his mind, and these words haunted Raditz for quite a few nights. Bardock and King Vegeta know that Goku and Vegeta have been training at Beerus' planet. Everyone who visited Beerus' planet enjoyed it, with Bardock mostly just chilling, but Gine actually tried to learn some, with her actually being taught the instant transmission, something that took a little bit of time, but she got it, and she thought it was very useful. Even Gohan got in the training, unbeknownst to most people. He kinda did it in secret. He wanted to surprise his father. They have a tournament coming up, one against another universe or something. Bardock refused to join the tournament. He thinks those kinds of things are silly. He knows that Kakarot would win anyways. In his stead, Fasha joined the tournament. She likes Kakarot, likes fighting and things like this, and has achieved Super Saiyan God thanks to the ritual, like Bardock and some of the other Saiyans had before. Bardock thanked her for that. He just wanted to spend time with Gine now. The rest of Bardock's squad remained on Planet Vegeta. Paragus did not trust King Vegeta at all, but he was happy to be back at the planet. He could control the king in the shadows. That fool was weak-minded. And Broly finally got to experience a little bit more than just Vampa. It was really a win-win all around. King Vegeta slowly gained his trust though, and promised Paragus his very own planet. With Frieza gone, they had a chance to fill the power vacuum before the Heaters and anybody else could. Broly was the key. Paragus wasn't sure on how he felt about using Broly as a weapon in this way, but the prospect of power was incredible. He would help the king for now, but betray him later on and become the new king. Planet Paragus did have a nice ring to it. King Vegeta made sure to entrust only a handful of Saiyans with the information, and they begin to go and take over planets. Slowly, planets begin to fall under the rule of King Vegeta, making sure that he only approaches planets far away from Earth, just in case. Raditz is approached by the king about a secret mission, but he refuses. He feels he isn't strong enough just yet. King Vegeta is disappointed but understands, dismissing him. In reality, Bardock's words rang on the back of Raditz's mind. He became suspicious of the king and goes on to spy on him. However, Paragus notices him and Broly catches him, punching him into a wall. Raditz is captured. It doesn't take long for Bardock to realize that his son is missing, and he bursts into the king's throne room, asking him where the hell his son is.
Your son stuck his nose where it didn't belong.
You monster! You are taking advantage of the fact that Vegeta and Kakarot aren't around to stop you. But what will you do when they return?
You think I haven't thought of that? Don't you see, Bardock? This is your protection. The protection of Planet Vegeta.
Broly appears behind the king, clearly badly burned around his neck. He had been getting shocked often.
We are meant to rule, Bardock. You and I. With Broly's help, no one will get in our way. Not even Kakarot. Even Paragus understands. But you are the great warrior among us. Join me.
Bardock looked at Broly, then back at the king. He was no better than Frieza. That collar wasn't just for show. He said he was sorry, and that he promised Broly to get him out of there. Somehow. Broly simply stared blankly, saying, just doing what my father tells me to. King Vegeta realizes that Bardock is going to rebel and orders Broly to attack. The father of Goku burst into Super Saiyan God, but that's nothing compared to Broly. This Saiyan is instantly pushed out of the castle. He has no option but to retreat. King Vegeta says to let him go, that he will return and he will be killed then. Thus, Bardock goes into hiding with Gine. She brings up the idea of bringing some of the Z-Fighters to help, but Bardock wants to show her, and the Z-Fighters, that the Saiyans can protect themselves. King Vegeta was right about one thing: they can't keep relying on Goku and the others. Bardock's squad wonders where the hell they are. Finally, the day of the Universe 6 tournament arrived, and Bardock knew that none of the Z-Fighters would be there to help them out. They were alone. The king shows off Raditz in chains, explaining that he is a traitor, as it was shown during the Frieza attack. He will be made an example. Gasps and cheer go off all at once. In the outskirts of the city, Bardock feels his son's key. Him and Gine rush to see what is going on, hiding their faces with hoods. Before King Vegeta can make an example out of Raditz, Bardock springs into action, turning into Super Saiyan God once more and punching Broly into the building. He quickly turns to explain that King Vegeta has been taking over planets without them knowing, abusing Broly's power. Arguments began as Broly returned. Quickly, Bardock blasted Raditz out of the chains and rushed out of there, but Broly pursued.
Like father, like son. Another traitor!
The king's guards went after Bardock, but Tora, Shugesh, and Burgos got in the way. They believed in their friend. Some of the other Saiyans that were inspired by Bardock during the attack on Earth joined as well. They defended him with all his might, but Broly seemed unbeatable. Paragus tells the king that Bardock and his little band of rebels just declared war on the planet. The battle goes on for a while, with some Saiyans dying. Tora and the rest of Bardock's squad retreat. Bardock, Raditz, and Gine escape to the ships, hiding out. He tells them to go to Earth, to have Gine use the instant transmission. He knows that no one is there to help them out, but at least they will be safe until Goku and the others return. Gine doesn't want to leave them, but he's right. Thus, Raditz and Gine teleport to Earth. Broly tries to go after Gine and Raditz, but Bardock jumps in the way. He's hit and lands in the middle of the forest, nowhere to be found. Gine manages to concentrate just for long enough, and in the blink of an eye, her and Raditz are gone. Bardock begins to wake up. He finds himself in Tora's care, who then begins to explain their current situation, how King Vegeta has now declared war against them and that they are labeled as rebels. Bardock takes this in, and as he becomes aware, he frantically looks around for Gine and Raditz. The last thing he remembers was Broly trying to stop them before leaving. Burgos rests his hand on his shoulder and reassures him that they managed to escape. Standing up and adjusting his headband, he looks at his faithful squad and announces that they need a plan of action if they're going to survive this war. They are greatly outnumbered. The first order of business would be to find any Saiyan who sides with them before the king threatens them into joining their cause. Wait, maybe we could also He smiles a little before telling the others that they should also steal the remote control for Broly's collar. He saw it when he was at the king's castle. That way King Vegeta will lose a huge advantage, and it will level the playing field by a lot. They'd be in control of Broly instead. Looking towards the sky, he sighed. Let's not forget that we have allies elsewhere too. I'm positive that they will come to aid us in the time of need. But for now we need to prepare and wait for Gine and Raditz. His squad nodded and agreed in unison, then began making their preparations. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Gine frantically looks around for anyone. She wasn't sure who she had locked onto, but she seemed to be in a school. But she heard her name get called out. She turned around to see her savior. She knew things would be okay once she saw him. She smiled brightly, telling him that they need his help immediately. The real battle was about to begin. Thanks for watching part 3 of What If the Saiyans Were Revived. Part 4 will be coming on Sunday. The like goal for this video is 3,000 likes. Can we get there? As always, I have to give huge thank yous to Professor Chimp. We had an awesome brainstorming session together and came up with some really cool ideas for this story. I'm really looking forward to future parts. Also, if you like the art for the thumbnail, you should really check out nicholasalexanderfries on DeviantArt. He has been so much help with some recent art for the videos. The thumbnail for this one was made by him. I'm making a bunch of videos in bulk right now because I'm going on vacation during Christmas break. Thus, I have to get a bunch of art done, and he's been awesome about it. You can find his DeviantArt in the description below and his email. Thanks again, my man. Shout out to the Super Saiyan Legend, Super Saiyan God, and Ultra Instinct members of the channel, especially the Ultra Instinct members, Super Kami Mewtwo, and Neo Whitcomb. Thank you guys for your help. And thank you to Wayne Antoine, Dustin Nelson, Sacred Saiyan, Phil J. Akir, Pizza Hut Kitman, Orlando Castellano, Hannah Rowan, Sir Justice, Midnight Combatant, The Real Samuel Randall, and Zachary Croy. I couldn't do these videos without you guys. Anyways, be sure to follow me on Twitter at ShareYourEnergy, and until we meet again. See ya, guys!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to SmugStick, unless you want to be destroyed.
Lord Beerus, that's hardly fair. But also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when he uploads new videos.